Hello, my name is Jacob Kesten, and I'm a new teacher both here at St. James and in general. This is my first year teaching. I just recently graduated from Rice University in Houston, Texas, with a degree in mathematics. So I studied math for pretty much my entire time in college. Uh, Lots of math. I did a lot of research projects. I researched some math in Uzbekistan. I also went abroad to Russia and Toronto, where I did some research, and I did some research projects with some faculty members at Rice as well. So I have a lot of experience in the technical research side of mathematics. But on the education side, this is my first year, and I didn't do a lot of educational learning at Rice. So it's very much been a learning experience for me, as well as for the students who are in the class, a learning curve, and we are working through it together to figure out the best way of learning and teaching that matches with the students and helps them enjoy math the most. The reason I wanted to become a teacher, so while I was doing all the research, I was also a teaching assistant at Rice, where I did grading and held help sessions, and it was really that experience that I enjoyed the most and found the most rewarding. I really enjoyed talking with students and helping them grasp concepts in mathematics, and finally seeing them struggle with the concept and then finally get to the answer at the end, and just seeing the aha moment. It was really a rewarding experience for me, and I really wanted to be able to help other students come to these experiences and see math for the beautiful subject that it is. So I really felt like high school is where I could have the biggest impact, just because I think it's in high school that a lot of students form opinions about math or other subjects, and I think it's where a lot of students think of math and associate math with a very difficult, rigorous, and daunting subject. But I wanted to show them that math can also be really beautiful and cool, and so I felt like high school was really the best place to have that impact on students. So I found St. James through a site called Southern Teachers, and they really got me in contact with St. James, and I was able to come visit in January, where I could see the campus before COVID hit and everything. But I really fell in love with the school when I was here in January, because I got to meet all the teachers. Everyone was really nice, and then I got to talk with some students, and they really seemed to enjoy the school as well. And the breadth of options for extracurriculars, sports, arts, and academics, everything that is really included in the school, and the really tight-knit family atmosphere I really enjoyed. So I really just loved the school, and I was really happy to be offered the job and come teach here. And so far, it's been really great. Difficult, but it's been great. And I think the difficulty is just COVID, the online teaching, juggling everything, and just being a first-year teacher is a lot of stuff. But I think it's going pretty well, and I hope the students are also having a really good time in the class. So this class is math analysis. It's a pre-calc level class, so it's a pre-calculus level class, so it's meant to prepare them for calculus, but I know that a lot of them are seniors, or they're not planning to go on to calculus. They'll probably go into stats or something else, and so we have a little bit of wiggle room with the material that we cover. And I try to make it a little more fun. So some of the material in the pre-calc book that we have is not the most interesting or beautiful. It's very dry, kind of boring stuff, but it's like important. So I try and mix it up where we do some stuff from the book, but we also have other activities and stuff that show some of the more creative and exciting aspects, in my opinion, of mathematics, even if they're a little less necessary for the real world or applicable, but they're really beautiful and fun, and I think the students have a good time learning them as well. And it's a good break from the formulas and manipulations that they've seen in previous math classes. So I really like to show them some of these new activities and some of the beauty of math that really drew me to the subject, and hopefully it will show them that it's not just this boring, scary subject that they have to force themselves to learn. So overall, we started with some function stuff, and we're going to move on through some functions, doing some more algebra for the most part. And then the second semester, we'll move into some trigonometry and some other topics with that. But mixing it up with some fun sort of applications, maybe some fun proofs or some cool things that I think are pretty interesting, and hopefully the students enjoy as well. For the class so far, we usually talk in class, and then there will be the nightly homework that is meant to just let them grapple with the material, make sure that they're understanding it and can do it on their own. This is mostly for practice, so I grade it for completion rather than accuracy. So it's more of a participation grade. So it goes into just, did they do it? Did they attempt it? And I post the answers so they can check their work and make sure that they're doing it correctly. Or if they have questions, they can come to me and we'll talk about it in the next class or at any other time. We also have some graded homework assignments, which usually go out like once a week. And these are just meant to make sure that they are understanding the material in a more meaningful way. So they usually require a little bit more critical thinking or application, applying these topics that we've learned to novel situations and to solve new problems. So they're a little less straightforward. They're a little more critical thinking heavy, right? So they have a little more difficulty, I wouldn't say, but they require a little more thinking rather than just filling in a formula or solving an equation, stuff like that. So they definitely have to think a little bit more on those, and they're graded for effort and accuracy in the end, so that they mean a little more than just the practice problems. Then we usually have a quiz once every week or once every 2 weeks that's meant to assess how they're doing on these formula type stuff. And due to the fact that their time, so there can't be as much like critical thinking through the problems or novel situations. It requires a little more. It's a more cut and dry quiz, so it's very much more about the formulas and whether or not they're understanding the basic material rather than applying it or working through these novel situations that require the critical thinking on the graded homeworks. And then we have the tests and projects. And so I'm planning to assign a project pretty soon, just about functions and probably more. I'm hoping to make it more about real world applications. So hopefully there will be a way to have them go around and look for like these functions that we're learning about in the real world and see where they appear in places that they may not have seen them before, so they can see the applications of math. And that's my idea for the projects, is to really give them a grasp of real world applications and how much math is really around them all the time that they may not notice or appreciate. So that's really the structure of the course. Like I said, it's a pre-calc level course, but it goes a little slower than pre-calculus, since I know that they may not be planning to all go to calculus. And so we have that little bit of wiggle room to go slower, make sure they really understand the topics, or introduce something a little more fun that we may not have time for in a pre-calculus course because we have to get through the stuff for calculus. So I think this course has been really fun so far. I've really enjoyed teaching the students and talking with them and going through some math. And I hope that they're really enjoying the course as well. If they have any comments or concerns, I'd love to hear what they've told you about the course or what they think I should do differently. As a first-year teacher, I'm really open to constructive criticism and learning ways that I can improve my teaching style or classes so that the students benefit more and learn more and really enjoy the class. So if you have any comments or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me via email. My St. James email is perfectly great. I'd love to hear from y'all with any comments, questions, concerns, or really anything that you want to know. Let me know. And I look forward to the rest of the school year with the students. I hope it goes as well as it's been going, and or even better. So hopefully we get to all be back in the classroom at some point, so we can really learn at that face-to-face way instead of dealing with the online stuff, which has caused some problems. But hopefully it's working out pretty well. And yeah, so let me know if there's anything I can do to help you or if any questions you have. And other than that, thank you.